Now let's turn our attention to Italy. A tiny Italian island in the Mediterranean Sea is in turmoil. It's called the island of Lampedusa. It is an island of about 6,000 residents. This week, its population more than doubled. In fact, it happened in a day. About 7,000 asylum seekers landed on the island. Let me repeat, this is more than their entire population. These immigrants have been arriving from Africa on dilapidated boats. Now, Lampedusa has always been one of the first stops for migrants, but it's not equipped to handle these numbers. Its migrant reception center can house 400 people. And you know how many landed? 7,000. The government of Italy swung into action. Some of these people were sent to Sicily, but this is a temporary solution. Migrant crossings are already double of what they were at this time last year. And the recent crises in Africa, from the coups to the natural disasters, are bound to increase migration further. Here's our report.
Starting on early Tuesday morning, a wave of migrants began landing in Italy. They arrived by the thousands, in hundreds of ramshackle boats. They took off from northern Africa and disembarked on the tiny island of Lampedusa. Within 24 hours, about 7,000 migrants landed on the island, an island of about 6,000 permanent residents. Obviously, it wasn't equipped to deal with such numbers. Their migrant reception center is operated by the Italian Red Cross. It was built to accommodate 400 people.
The situation is complicated, and as the Italian Red Cross, we are trying to continue to guarantee with great effort basic services to the people we are assisting.
Some migrants tried to leave the reception center after a fight reportedly broke out. Some locals on the island helped the migrants with food. But many are worried about the migrant surge.
We, the people of Lampedusa, ask that this island be kept out of the situation. We no longer have the possibility of bearing this burden from a psychological and humanitarian point of view.
Most of the migrants are from Africa. Many are trying to escape poverty, political persecution, and terrorism. They make the deadly journey across the Mediterranean on flimsy boats, risking it all for a chance at a better life. This year, almost 126,000 migrants arrived in Italy. That's about double the amount of people who had come by this time last year. And this is despite Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni's anti-immigration policies. Meloni and her right-wing government came to power last year, promising to curb migration. She believes that a higher European birth rate is needed. That migration is not the solution to Europe's demographic crisis. She repeated this yesterday, even as the migrants were arriving in Lampedusa.
I think that a quota of legal migration where this is necessary, it is and can be fully integrated, can make a positive contribution to our economies, but I remain convinced that it would be more responsible for us to entrust European citizens with the solution to the European welfare system crisis.
Her government has restricted the activities of charity rescue boats, impounded their vessels, and banned them from conducting multiple rescues. But still, the number of migrants doubled this year. Today, the pressure on Lampedusa has reduced slightly. Many of the migrants were taken to Sicily. Thousands queued up for the ferries that took them further into Europe. There are also NGOs that are working to get the migrants to mainland Italy.
And then they go toward the northern border. That is Ventimiglia in Ulx with France, and it's Chiasso for Switzerland, and it's a Brenner Pass to go towards Austria and Germany.
But it seems the other European nations are planning to close their borders. Germany's Interior Ministry has criticized Italy for not taking in its fair share of migrants. Meanwhile, France has said it would increase the soldiers on its border with Italy. All this as more instability hits Africa. The earthquake in Morocco, floods in Libya, coups in Niger and Gabon, and terrorism in the Sahel. This will only lead to more migration from Africa to Europe. Will closing the borders be enough?